Canada, like many nations, faces a complex web of issues in 2024. From the halls of Parliament to the daily lives of Canadians, these challenges shape the national conversation. Understanding these issues is crucial for informed citizenship. This essay will delve into the most pressing matters facing Canada today. We will explore federal politics, economic anxieties, the climate crisis, Indigenous reconciliation, and Canada's place in the world. Federal politics always holds a prominent place in Canadian life. The current Liberal government, led by Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, faces both praise and criticism for its policies. The economy, a constant concern, grapples with inflation and rising interest rates, directly impacting Canadians' wallets. Climate change, a global threat, requires urgent action, prompting debates about environmental policies and their impact on industries and individuals. Indigenous issues remain at the forefront as Canada reckons with its past and strives for meaningful reconciliation. Finally, Canada's role on the world stage, particularly its partnerships and contributions to global initiatives, is more critical than ever. These issues are interconnected, each influencing the other. Economic uncertainty can fuel political dissatisfaction. Climate change impacts Indigenous communities disproportionately. Understanding these complex relationships is essential for Canadians seeking solutions and a brighter future. Canadian federal politics in 2024 is a dynamic arena. The Liberal Party, under Justin Trudeau's leadership, has held power since 2015. However, their grip seems less certain. The Conservative Party, now led by Pierre Poilievre, presents a formidable opposition. Poilievre's approach, often described as populist, resonates with some Canadians frustrated with the status quo. Key debates rage in Parliament. Affordable housing, a pressing concern, features prominently. The rising cost of living, fueled by inflation, dominates discussions. Healthcare, a cornerstone of Canadian identity, faces challenges with wait times and access. Each party offers solutions, but consensus remains elusive. The political climate is further complicated by the rise of social media. Information, often unverified, spreads rapidly, shaping public opinion. The line between factual reporting and partisan rhetoric blurs. Canadians must navigate this complex information landscape carefully. The upcoming election promises to be closely contested. The outcome will significantly impact the country's direction for years to come. The Canadian economy in 2024 presents a mixed picture. On the one hand, unemployment remains relatively low. Certain sectors like technology experience growth. However, challenges loom large. Inflation, a persistent issue, erodes purchasing power. Canadians feel the pinch at grocery stores and gas stations. The Bank of Canada, in an attempt to curb inflation, has raised interest rates. While this measure aims to cool the economy, it also impacts borrowers. Mortgages and loans become more expensive, putting pressure on household budgets. The rising cost of living is a major concern for many Canadians. Housing affordability, particularly in major cities like Toronto and Vancouver, reaches crisis levels. Renters struggle to find affordable accommodations, while home ownership remains a distant dream for many. The government faces the difficult task of balancing economic growth with affordability. Policies aimed at supporting Canadians, such as increasing the minimum wage or providing tax breaks, must be carefully considered. The economic landscape of 2024 requires careful navigation to ensure both stability and prosperity for all Canadians. Section 4. Climate change. A defining issue. Climate change is no longer a distant threat. Its impacts are felt across Canada. From extreme weather events like wildfires and floods to rising sea levels, the urgency for action is undeniable. The federal government has implemented policies aimed at reducing greenhouse gas emissions and transitioning to a greener economy. The carbon tax, a key policy, has sparked debate. Supporters argue it's a necessary measure to incentivize emissions reductions. Critics, however, contend it disproportionately impacts certain industries and regions. Investment in renewable energy sources, such as solar and wind power, is another key pillar of Canada's climate strategy. The transition to a low-carbon economy presents both opportunities and challenges. Canadians are increasingly aware of their individual environmental footprint. Recycling, reducing energy consumption, and adopting sustainable practices are becoming more commonplace. However, more needs to be done. Addressing climate change requires a collective effort from individuals, industries, and governments alike. Section 5. Indigenous Reconciliation Progress and Challenges. Canada's relationship with its Indigenous peoples is complex and fraught with a dark history. Residential schools, forced assimilation, and systemic discrimination have left a lasting legacy of trauma. Reconciliation, a process of acknowledging past wrongs and working towards a more just future, is an ongoing journey. The Truth and Reconciliation Commission, active from 2008 to 2015, played a crucial role in exposing the horrors of the residential school system. Its 94 calls to action serve as a roadmap for reconciliation. Progress has been made on some fronts. Land acknowledgements, once rare, are becoming more common. Indigenous languages and cultures are experiencing a revival. However, challenges remain. Indigenous communities continue to face systemic inequalities in areas like healthcare, education, and economic opportunities. The legacy of trauma continues to impact generations. Clean drinking water remains inaccessible in many Indigenous communities, a stark reminder of the work that still needs to be done. Reconciliation is not a destination, it's a continuous process. It requires commitment, understanding, and action from all Canadians. Section 6. Canada on the world stage. In an increasingly interconnected world, Canada's role on the global stage is more critical than ever. Known for its peacekeeping efforts and humanitarian aid, Canada strives to be a force for good in the world. Key partnerships, particularly with the United States and European Union, remain vital to Canada's foreign policy. Trade agreements, such as the Canada-United States-Mexico Agreement, are crucial for economic prosperity. However, Canada also faces challenges on the international stage. Geopolitical tensions, particularly with Russia and China, test Canada's diplomatic skills. Climate change requires global cooperation, with Canada playing an active role in international agreements like the Paris Agreement. Canada's commitment to multilateralism, working with other nations to address global challenges, remains unwavering. From promoting human rights to combating climate change, Canada strives to be a responsible global citizen. As the world faces increasingly complex issues, Canada's role as a convener, mediator, and advocate for peace and justice is more important than ever.